Right, hello again everybody. Welcome back to Let's Play Cyadonia with me, James, the man who created Cyadonia. And today, let me just check my mic, sorry. And today I'm going to be playing the How to Play 2 pack. Last time I played the How to Play 1. I completed all the levels and won all the stars, very happy with that, but I'm only 11% of the way through the game, so I've got a long way to go. I'll see how far I get. So let's have a look at How to Play 2. So this is more tutorial levels, this is still teaching you the elements of the game, and I will just work my way through and see how I get on. So this first new element is switches. There are two types of switches. So you hit the switch and it causes something to change. So these first switches, this first switch here is square, green and grey. These switches do not change the Cyads movement, so you just pass straight through. And the second switch over here, which is a red circular button on a white switch, they act like walls. So you hit them and they're solid, and you can hit them again. So in this case, this wall is toggling that switch is toggling that wall on and off. So I'm just going to start that again so I can do it in the number of moves that I need to do. I think the switches were a little bit of a necessary evil. It's one of the sort of more obvious things to put into a game like this, a puzzle game. Most puzzle games, a lot of puzzle games have switches in them. Not really my favourite element, because you can never tell what the switch is going to do until you hit it. I did think about having some kind of an overlay that you could select where it would show you kind of what the switch is wired to, but ultimately I thought that was a bit overly complicated, overly complicated solution. So I tried to make it so that if you hit a switch, it would never do something that you couldn't reverse, or would never cause a problem. There may be a few levels where hitting the switch would cause a problem if you did it at the wrong time, but I tried to make the switches a bit more benign so that it didn't matter if you hit them early. So this one here, for example, this switch is changing the position of these two red blocks from those two positions to those two positions. So let's just start again. So I can collect this first diamond and that changes it, so I can now make my way into this second room. Collect the second diamond. I'm going to hit the switch again, so it's a bit like a sort of an airlock kind of situation where one door opens and one door closes. Grab this one, and again here, and then finally once more here. There we go. Okay, good stuff. So this third level here, where I could, I tried to make it sort of kind of obvious what the switches would do. So in this level, obviously this is a simple level, you can see that those three switches, they're very likely to be removing those three red walls to the exit, which is exactly what they do. There we go. Oh, okay, I didn't quite do that in the right number of moves. I only got 2 stars. Let's just try that again. I'm not quite sure what I did wrong. Or did I go right there? Okay, there we go, that's better. Okay, so another switch level here, 3 rubies behind 3 walls. There's a ruby wall blocking my route to the exit, and this is one of those levels that teaches you that you shouldn't always go for what's right in front of you, because now, having collected that first ruby, I'm trapped. I can't get to the second ones, I can't do anything else, I'm stuck. So this one is about teaching you, as I say, not to necessarily go for the first thing that's in front of you. This one, really, you have to work backwards. Okay, another 3 stars. Right. Oh, okay. Keys and locks. I like keys and locks. I think they're great for puzzles because you can put the key far away from the lock and make you have to push the key all the way through the level. There's all sorts of things you can do with them. So you push the key, the right coloured key, into the right coloured lock, and the lock opens, and then you can pass through. Before you do that, the lock acts like a wall, as you can see. And also you may notice that the keys and the locks are coded with a letter for the colour: G for green, Y for yellow, R for red, and B for blue. And again, the reason I did this was because My partner, who's colourblind, couldn't see the difference between the green keys and the blue keys. They looked the same. So I had to put a shape on there as well to help people who might have colourblindness issues. If you push the wrong key into the lock, it just doesn't go in and acts like a wall. I'm just going to try that again so I can get the stars, because I did too many moves. So there we go, and I'm out. Yeah, so locks and keys were a good feature. I liked those. Now this level here, you can see you've got the 4 keys and the 4 locks. So this is just a case of pushing each one through. So fairly straightforward level. Green one there, and then come back round. Yellow. There we go. That's fairly straightforward. Okay. So also keys can act like keys and locks can act like switches as well. So here, when I push the yellow key into the yellow lock, that yellow wall that's also coded with a Y gets removed. So they can also act that way as well as just being a wall. The locks being a wall block in themselves. Now, last time I tried this one, I did too many moves. Oh no, there we go. That's fine. Right. Now, this one is a little bit more devious than it looks in terms of the number of moves. Actually, solving it is quite straightforward. And if I just solve it in the way you might think, so let's start with the red key. Let's come back down here. Red goes in, and then the green, like that. Blue. Okay, let's just do it the most boringly obvious way, and you can see now I haven't got 3 stars, I've only got 2. So there's a much better way of doing this one. And the first thing is, to get to the red key, you don't need to go up through all those blocks. You can go this way, and that saves quite a few moves. You do have to come back this way to there. Now let's do the green. And I'm just going to do this the way I did before. Now what about blue? Let me just see if it would be quicker if I went right and then up and then down the same way as I did for the red and then round the top. So let's just count the moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I just go up through the blocks as normal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, that's much quicker that way. Now let's use the hole where the green key was to push the blue one in. That will save me some more moves. And then there's the yellow one. There we go, and that's how you win the 3 stars. Right, teleports. You enter the green teleport, and it will send you to the red landing pad with the same number. So if I come through here into 1, and then 2 goes to 2, and then to the exit. Teleports come into their own, particularly with move switches that we'll come to in a while, and I'll show you some levels where they really do come into their own. Now this one here takes you here, and this level was to teach you that you can just move through the landing pad. It doesn't affect your movement, you just fly over it. That was forcing you to go back through the landing pad, so you can see it didn't affect your direction. Okay, this level's fairly straightforward, so I'm just going to use the teleport to send me through to the other side so I can pick the gems up. 3, 2, 1, oh dear, okay, that's no good. What did I do wrong? Maybe I need to do that one first while I'm closer to it, perhaps. Let's try that. With the moves, they're getting the number of moves to get 3 stars. Sometimes it can be just the most subtle little difference, and sometimes you can play through once, solve the puzzle, solve the level, and not have 3 stars, and then you try it again, and then you get 3 stars, but you can't really see what it was you did differently. Sometimes it can just be the difference between going one direction rather than the other, even though the directions might look exactly the same. So this level here combines keys and teleports. Now you can't push, it's not really explained here, but you can't push the key into the teleport. Now you physically can't push the key into the teleport here, there's no way to do it. but only the Cyad and another object type that we're going to come to in a minute can go through teleports. Nothing else can. Again, that was a game decision that I made. I suppose I could have made it so you could push things through, but then you get into difficulties if there's not enough, if you're pushing something through and there's not enough space on the other side of the teleport. It gets a bit complicated and a bit fiddly, so I just decided to make it only the Cyad, and the next object that we're going to see is another object that can also use teleports, which are balls. So with balls, you hit the ball and it sends the ball flying off in the direction. Balls can hit other balls, as you can see, a bit like a Newton's cradle kind of effect. And you can use the balls here to destroy the mine. So that's again a useful game feature. You can use it to disable the mines. Okay, balls can also collect gems, which I guess is probably a bit of an unusual game idea, really, because you would think really the Cyad is the only thing that can collect the gems, but I just found it an interesting way of getting more puzzles out of the game if I allowed the balls to be able to collect the gems. So this ball here in the middle at the top will collect these diamonds when I hit it, and it's going to unlock that diamond wall that's just below me. There we go. Okay, another ball to destroy the mine, as we did before. The balls can fly around the arrows like that, which allows me to get through, and then this last one is just a case of doing that. So balls were a little bit like a sort of surrogate Cyad, really. They could do most of the things that the Cyad can do. So for example here we're going to use the ball to push the green key into the green lock like that. And the ball goes through. The ball's now going to go through the teleport, which is what I was saying earlier. The balls can also use the teleports. That's the only other object that can. And now I'm going to use the ball here to hit the switch and remove the wall, and then I'm out. Okay, so I've got 3 balls here. I've got 3 mines blocking the exit, so I'm going to use the balls to destroy the mines. So let's just push these out. I'm going to push all 3 of them out. And I'm going to push them all down. That one, and that one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, down this way. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Okay, almost at the first unlocking of the bonus level. Right, here we go with laser cannons. Laser cannons firing these deadly laser beams. You can touch the cannons, but you can't touch the laser beams. They're like mines in that respect. So let's just go around and avoid the lasers. Fairly straightforward one. Okay, we've unlocked the bonus level now because we've got 50 stars. Now I'm going to come back to that level a bit later because it's a little bit more complicated. I'm going to leave it more towards the end of the playthrough. So let's have a look at level 18. Okay, so here you can see the gems are all blocked off apart from the diamonds, but they're blocked off by the laser. So let's hit the switch, and that moves this mirror, so that I forgot to say this, the mirror in the middle is bending the laser 90 degrees. So that means the lasers can be kind of reflected around the level to make traps. Let's go up this way, and here. Click those, so each set of gems is unlocking the door to access the other gems, and now I've got through to the exit. By the way, as a technical point, when I made laser cannons, in terms of like programming them, once I detected that there was a laser cannon in the level, I'd see which way it was pointing, and then I would just draw a laser coming out of it, and then just step in that direction the laser was pointing and just keep drawing the lasers. If I found a mirror, I'd then turn 90 degrees and keep drawing until I got to a wall. And also I should say these dotted wall blocks on the side there where the laser is terminating, they are metal walls that stop the laser destroying that wall. Anything else will be destroyed by a laser, which we'll see in a minute. But I had a difficulty with the mirrors when you turn a mirror or move a mirror, how to sort of detect that and reflect the laser. I used to, when the mirror hit the laser, I would like try and work out which way the laser was going into the mirror, and then delete it from where it was going, where it was no longer going, and then draw it in. It all got a bit complicated. In the end, I found the best thing to do was every time you move a mirror behind the scenes, I just turn all the lasers off. You don't see it on the screen, but the data behind reflects it, contains it. And I just turn off the lasers completely, move the mirror, and then just turn them back on again, so they just automatically then follow the correct direction. Because it's not a heavy game in terms of resource. It's just a grid with shapes in, really. So I can do. Sorry, that's my phone. I can do even turning off a whole screen of lasers and turning them back on. That can be done in the blink of an eye. So this one here, as I said, the lasers will destroy everything other than those dotted, like riveted blocks. In fact, it says at the bottom there, lasers destroy everything except the metal riveted walls. So here I'm turning on the lasers and using them to destroy the walls so that I can get to the green gems. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. There we go. It's all going quite well so far. Right, okay, so this was just a bit of fun, really. I wanted to just get the lasers to destroy a large number of objects here and a large number of mines. There's no need to have that many mines on this level, but it was just fun to have them all destroyed. The switch on the right is going to set off the laser, but I can't access it at the moment, which is why I need this push block here. So I'm going to bring this round to there, and now I can hit the switch, and this is what happens. I still like that. I know it's basic, it's not super flashy, but I still like that. Okay, so let's just get to the... Now I'm trying to think the best way of doing this, because there is a best way of doing it. I don't know if this is right. 2, 1, no, that's not right. Lost the star. So let's just try that again. So, here, all the way around, and up. Destroy all of those. Let's try going this way instead. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, that's worse. What am I doing wrong? Let's just try again. Okay, so I've got to hit the switch again. So what did I do that wasn't very good? Just trying to think. So if I go left and up, so I've got 9 moves. So 1 to the left, then up 2, across 3, down 4, right 5, up 6, left 7, up 8, right 9. So now I'm underneath the exit, but that's no good. What I think I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it looks like it should be more moves this way, but actually it's not. There we are. Surprising. Right, now we're on to metal push stops. They are like ordinary push stops that you push them 1 square at a time. But because they're unlike the metal walls, they can be used to destroy mines in this case. So this was a bit of a have my cake and eat it kind of situation, because push blocks and push stops do not destroy mines. They treat them like walls and they can't move through. That meant I couldn't do any gameplay where you can use them to destroy mines, so I invented this extra object that could do that. They can also be used here to block the lasers, so they allowed me to create some interesting puzzles, as we'll see a bit later on. Of course, there are probably lots of other objects that I could make. I could make things, I can't think of any specific examples, but if I had to think, I'm sure I could come up with more objects that would work in certain ways. But there are a lot of objects in the game already, and I wanted to try and, if I felt an object was useful enough and I could use it enough, then I would put it in the game. But it's trying to get a balance between having the objects to make the puzzles interesting, but not having so many objects that it's a complete pain to learn how to play. It's too confusing. One thing I find with lots of puzzle games that annoys me a bit is if you have these kind of puzzles with grids and blocks, often people will just use colours to differentiate different blocks that work in different ways. And it's very hard to learn just by looking at blocks that all look the same except for the colours. I mean, notwithstanding the colour blindness issue for some people, But if a block is just, had I made this game so that everything was a block and the balls were grey blocks and the one-way walls were maybe had a little shape on them, or the mines were red blocks and the diamonds were yellow blocks, you're losing the shapes and the design to help indicate what things are, because there are a lot of objects in this game and they need to look distinct and different so that they're recognisable, so that you're not constantly thinking, well, what does that block do? I can't remember what that block does. So here the metal push stop is blocking the laser. Now if I try to push that out of the way, that will happen. So I can't push that out of the way, but I need to push it out of the way to destroy that mine. So let's use the ball over here. Let's come over here through these one-way walls. As I said in the last playthrough, when you see one-way walls, usually you have to go back through them, go through them and then go back and hit them on the other side. Often that's the way. Now I can use the ball to move the block out of the way, like that. But now the laser's blocking my route to the exit, so I can push the metal push stop back in. I like that level. I like it when features get used more than once in different ways. I just discovered, much to my shame, that I hadn't been recording the sound of the game, so that was awful. So I've hopefully changed that now. Just spent like 40 minutes recording and not recording the sound of the game. So I've turned it on now. I'm not going to go back and do that all again. So yeah, have to just put up with that, I'm afraid. So here we are. New element, nudgers. This is really preparation for the move switches. These are like a more simple version of the move switches. What's going to happen is that these white and red blocks with the arrows on, they are linked to that yellow block down the bottom right, and hitting those blocks with the arrows on will move or nudge the object in that direction. So if I hit this one here, this goes up, then I'm going to go left and bring it across, and then up again. Going to hit this left one again as I go to the exit, but that doesn't matter, and then we're out. As I was saying earlier about the number of objects I put in the game, there are a lot of objects. There are a lot of things to learn in the game, which is why I did these tutorial levels, to get all of this out of the way, so that then I can just make any levels that I like with any combination of objects, and I don't have to worry about teaching you over and over again what the objects are. These nudgers, they are simpler versions of the move switch that we're going to come to in a minute. And I didn't initially put them in because I thought, well, I've already got a move switch, do I need another thing that's going to move objects? But I found with these, there were some interesting things I could do with them in terms of making puzzles that made me want to put them in. So here, for example, these arrows on the left here, they're actually going to move the exit this time. So if I felt that I could get lots of sort of puzzle mileage out of the objects, then I would put them in. So I have sort of I put a lot into this game, a lot of objects. Now here I've got to be a bit careful. If I go up to go to the exit and go right, this will happen. Oh, that's odd. That's not doing anything. Ooh. Have I just found a bug? Because we went up and then left and then down worked there. Oh, how strange. Oh, okay. I found a bug in my game. I'm going to need to work out why that's happening. That's not right. How strange. Okay, so in theory that top block there, I'd have to be careful not to go up and go right because it would have moved the exit down, but it's not doing it, so that's peculiar. Okay, I'll have to look at that. There we go. It doesn't matter how much you play test a game, there's always little things that you might have missed, but I will have a look at that. Okay, so at least it didn't break the level anyway, but I need to find out why that happened. So similar here, another nudger here, and this time the nudger is a four-way nudger, and it depends on the direction you hit it in. So let's just see what happens. So if I hit this, that's moving the ball. So I hit that switch from the left, I hit it in the direction going to the right, so that moved that ball in that direction. So if I go up and then this way, and then I want to go down, but I'm going to have to hit the ball off the glue patch to do that, down, and then right and right. And I'm going to use the ball to destroy the mine, and now I can get to the exit. And I did this when I played this before, I did it in less moves than the requirement, so something funny also happened there, so that's a bit strange. Again, I need to have a look at that. Okay, so what's going on here? The laser's blocking the exit, and I've got some nudges. I can't get to any of these nudges apart from this one up here, and this moves the metal wall that I'm then going to use to block the laser so I can get to the exit. But now the metal wall is here, because I guess I could move it all the way down, but can I? No, you see I can't, it doesn't help doing it like that. So let's go down and let's use it to get to this one, and now I can come across to here. And now let's get to this one so I can go right with it, and if I go to there, then I can hit the nudger to move it down, and now it's in the right position so I can get out. I like that one. I like that puzzle a lot. I like how you move the wall, the metal wall, to access the nudgers to move it in the other directions. I quite like that. Right, okay, so now we're on to move switches. So with move switches, you land on the move switch and it shows you the object that it's controlling. You then press space, you get this circle around your side to show you that you're kind of connected, and now I can use the cursor keys to move this object to where I want it to get to the exit. Move switches did an awful lot. I got an awful lot of mileage. Let's just see if I can do it this way actually. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's the same number of moves. So I thought maybe that would be quicker. Move switches, potentially quite a complicated object. Like here, for example, we're moving two objects at the same time. So you can do all sorts of things, like you can sort of put them into different shapes. You can move them around. You can use the walls to kind of get them in certain orientations. So there's lots of things you can do with those. Let's use them to destroy that mine, and then let's put that there. I don't need to destroy both those mines, because if I destroyed both of them I couldn't get to the exit, so I have to use this second wall to get me to the exit. Right, okay, so this level is showing you that several move switches can move the same object. So these are all linked to the same object, and I can use those to help me move around and then destroy the mine, and now I can get to the exit. Okay, right, hold shift while using a move switch to move the object faster. Okay, so let's hit this one. So this controls this mine, and I'm going to use the mine to destroy the wall here so I can get through, but I still can't get through at the moment because I'm going to hit that laser. So I've got this wall block here, so I'm going to use this wall block. Now I don't want to put it into the laser because it'll destroy it and it'll be gone. Now where do I need to put it? Because I need to get to that other move switch when I'm in the room. So let's put it there, I think. And now we're controlling the ball. The ball doesn't use the move switches, so you can't use a ball to use a move switch, so it treats it like a wall. And now I can go here and destroy the mine. I've got 2 moves left, and there we go. Okay, so I think this is the last object in the game, and this is another more recent addition to the objects. Interesting one, I suppose, a bit different because it's the first time that in the game where more than one object will move at the same time. So the clone boxes move in the same direction that you do. They're a bit like having a second Cyad, really. So if I go left, we'll both move to the left. If I go up, we'll both go up. And if I go right, then that will fly in and destroy the mine. It can be quite complicated those objects. They're complicated ones. So here I've got 3 rubies, and I'm going to use, so I can't get to any of them myself, so I'm going to be using the clone box to help me get to them. So as long as I get it in the right position, then I can do that. Now I can use it here. Now what about this last one here? What am I going to do? That's no good. Let's have a look. So I'm wasting my moves now. So this is what I mean by complicated, because they're quite tricky. Actually, what I should do is just not worry about the moves at this stage and just work out how to get to that last gem, that last ruby. So I can do that. What about if I do it this way? Oh, maybe I should have gone up instead. Let's try again. So it's a different way of thinking, really, with these. Because that goes there. If I go left, it blocks me again. They're quite tricky, these ones. Let's just work out. If I just work out how to do it without worrying about the moves, then I can come back to it and then do it properly. Let's try that. No. Okay, so now that's right now. I'm actually in the right position, but that wasn't. I didn't see what I did. Oh, actually, that's interesting. If I do that, then I'm right for that. But then what about that last one? I suppose I could always do that again to get there. But that still might be too many moves. So let's go like that, and now I can get there. Oh, hang on. But it's too many moves. Okay. So what I might do here, rather than boring you to death, I'm trying to work this out, I might just stop the recording and work it out properly, and then come back. Because I can do it like that, and then I'm in the right position for that, but the 2 on the left I need to be the other way round. So let's try just get those 2, because can I in theory use where I am? I thought maybe I could, because if I come back all the way down here and do that, that's too many moves again. But now at least I'm in the right position to get there. Oh, what about, hang on, am I just being stupid? Can I just do it this way around? Oh, that makes more sense. 3, 2, 1, yeah, there we go. It's just getting the right order, it's just finding the most efficient way. Oh, this one's actually, that was quite hard, that level. This one's simpler, it's a bit more fun. So there's 5 clone, so you can have multiple clone boxes. So here, I quite like this, watching how these move, and then that's fun. Okay, that was much easier, that one. Right, okay, so this time the clone boxes are blocked behind those dissolvers. I can only get to this one, and I guess I can use it to get open the second one. But now I need those boxes at the bottom right so I can get to the exit. Now, what's the quickest way of doing this? This is what I mean by a bit complicated, because now there's all sorts of things happening, there's all sorts of things changing and moving. Oh, that wasn't too bad. There we go. I'm out. But yeah, they're quite tricky sometimes. Okay, so I think now we're on to just some more basic puzzles. I think at this point all the objects have been taught. You've seen everything, all the objects in the game. So now it's just throwing some more puzzles at you. So this is an interesting one. 4 push blocks. Now clearly I can't get to the exit at the moment. It would be silly if I could, because why would I have all these push blocks stacked up here? So let's go and grab a push block and see what we can do with it. So I can put one there. I can't move that anymore now because it's in the corner. Let's get a second one. Now I can use this arrow to bring it over here. So this looks like a repeating pattern now. We're going to be using each push block to get the other push block in the right place so that I can push it in the direction of the arrow. I can't go left here because I'll just come back to where I was, where I am. So let's go around this way and get another one. Okay, so now we're there. So again, it's just the same idea for each one. I find that quite satisfying though. There we go, that's nice, I like that. Okay, must be getting close to doing all of these now. Right, okay, so I've got a push stop here. Now I have to be careful. If I go here, I'm now stuck. So let's come along here and let's get these. I'm going to leave these at the moment because I'm going to have to go there in the end anyway. Now let's sort this side out. Do I need to sort that side out first? Got to think about how I'm going to get to the exit, because obviously I'm going to need another push stop to get to the exit. Let's just try something. So sometimes you can't see the solution just by looking at it, and you really just have to get in there and try something. There we go. So I can do this now. 2, 1. There we go. It wasn't too bad. Yeah, sometimes you just have to experiment and learn from your mistakes and just accept that you're going to make mistakes. Right, so I think now these last sets of levels are really just taking you up through all of the elements from the last 2 tutorials. So this first one is just simply a simple movement one with just wall blocks. Now that yellow block looks interesting. And I've done too many moves that time, so what did I do wrong? Let's try it this way. Okay, there, 4, 3, 2, 1, there we go. That's not too bad. Ooh, right, okay, lots of diamonds, 23 moves. There are some levels later on where it's really just a maze of wall blocks and gems, and there are so many ways you can get the gems. Finding the optimum route is really quite difficult. I'm so glad I recorded all the solutions to these levels, because a lot of them I think I'd really struggle to remember how I did them. Yeah, that worked out okay. Oh goodness, okay, so so here's where I've used bounce backs for absolutely no purpose other than to just make a sort of funny movement. Now I know that this level was one of the ones that someone found a much better solution to than I did. Let's try that. I think it might have been... oh dear, that's no good. Now I'm stuck. Okay. So if I do that one at the end, that would probably be okay. I'm sure that would be a good move there. Now I'm on this side though, and I can't do anything on the left because I know I get trapped. So let's go back this way then. Oh no, let's just try it anyway and get that. And then I can get those. So I wonder... all the doors open. Okay, so let's see if I can do this in fewer moves. Just trying to think what I did before. This was one where I had my solution, and then my playtesters found one of them found a much better way, and I think it was something. Oh, there we go. That's the way. Brilliant. With levels like that, it's not so much. Yeah, they're not difficult levels really, but it's just finding the right way of doing it, the best way of doing it if you want to get those stars. Okay. Right, okay, lots of mines here, so I've got to be a little bit careful. So I can get those, and I can get those. Okay, then I can get those. I'm leaving that blue glue patch till the end, because obviously once I've touched that I can't use it again. Now we're over here. So as soon as you hit a glue patch, you need to sort of stop and just have a think about where you need to go. And I also have to be careful here, because if I go right now, I can't get the one at the top, so I have to be a bit careful. But that was too many moves. Okay, let's see if I can solve it in the right number. Oh, I've got the other bonus level open. There we go. And we're going to come back to that one, because that's quite a complicated one. Right, so what did I do wrong here? Let's go back to that. See, it's trying to work out like where the mistake was. I think I'm just doing this the same way as I did before, so that's a bit rubbish. Maybe it was just here. 2, 1, no, okay. I wonder if it was a mistake in this first room then. Let's just have a look. See, I can't go right. I don't want to destroy the blue patch on the right, because then I can't. Let's try this way. That might be a bit better. That felt better than before. There we go. Yeah, just the tiniest little thing, tiniest little change makes all the difference. Right, so now the puzzles are starting to up quite a bit. So here, there's lots of possibilities of how you could do this, and lots of different ways of doing it. There's 2 diamond walls as well, so when I get all the diamonds, both those blocks are going to disappear. One is for the exit, but there's another mysterious one that doesn't seem to have a purpose. I guess that's going to be for pushing a push stop in. So, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Let's go, because I'm going to need 2 push blocks there on the left to get that top left diamond. Now if I... okay, so I can come here. This is probably wrong already, I suspect. Let's try again. And we'll do this, and then we'll do that, and then I can get that, and then push that in there to get that one. Okay. So all I can think to do now, because I can't really do anything else other than push that there, then I can get that one. And then I just need to get another push block down. Oh, too many moves. I did it, but I did too many moves. Just the 2 stars. So what could I do better? That's the question. What could I do better? If I go right, I'm going to get rid of that dissolver, which means I won't be able to get that right push block out. This still feels like the best way to me at the moment, to do that first and then get this one out. I wonder if... no, because if I get the last push block out, that's going to kind of trap me in that top right hand diamond. I'm going to struggle to get... Let's just kind of do this the same way as before and just have another little think about it. I wonder if... what if I leave that? Does that really help? I don't feel that's... I think that's even worse. Okay. What about if I do these the other way round, like this? Not really sure how that would be better, but it's different, I suppose. It might... Okay, what's the best way of getting here? Because I can't go up there. And then I'm a bit stuck here. There's too many moves. Too many moves. Okay, I'll have one more go and then I might stop the recording and work it out, so I didn't bore you to death. Okay. I don't know whether I said this, that even though I created this game, I'm not necessarily, I don't remember all the solutions to all of the puzzles. It's quite a replayable game in that sense, because it's there are so many levels, and some of them are so complicated in finding the best route that they are quite replayable. So not so much for solving it, because it's fairly easy to solve, I think, but it's just getting the right number of moves that's difficult. See, I tried. I think this is just the same as I did before, though, isn't it? Was there a slight difference? Oh, just one too many. Okay, so I'm gonna just pause and try and work it out, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, right, third video then. Here we go. Excuse me. Right, so I finally worked out the solution to this. That's a lie. I didn't work it out. I looked at the solution. I'm sorry, I cheated. So what it is, it's just a case of being efficient at getting those blocks out. So I've done those three. I've got those three out because you can get them all out at once. But that's a much more efficient way of doing it. So now, even though I have to still go all the way around here, that works. Fantastic. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. You may notice I've already done this one. What happened was I was recording it previously, working my way through, and then I realised I hadn't actually turned the microphone on, so stupid newbie mistake. Right, so with this one, the 4 keys, and there's 4 gems, it's all colour coordinated. You need to use the keys to push the other keys against them to get them in line, but not all of them. It's only 2 of them that you need to do that with, which is the red and the blue. Like that. Let's try. Oh, I think I've done that. That's not right. No, that's no good. Okay, here, then the red. Okay, then push the green, then do the green. That's it. Then the yellow. In there. 3, 2, 1, 0. There we go. Lovely. Okay. Right. Okay, so we've got some metal push stops, lasers, balls. Often you see lasers and balls. If you see lasers and balls with push stops, metal push stops, it normally means you're going to use the ball to push the metal push stop out of the laser. So let's just have a look and see what we're trying to do here. So it looks like I need to use the metal push stop to get rid of all those mines, I suspect. I can push it right down to the bottom, and then I can hit that switch. So what's going on? So why can't I just go ahead and do that? Why would I need the... Well, of course, now I can't push the metal push stop up because I can't get under there because of the laser. So I'm assuming I need to do that. What's this all about? What would that ball be for? Just trying to think what it would be for. I suppose you could use it to hit the switch. Oh, there's another metal push stop there, so that comes into use. So I can use the ball to hit the switch here. Now that unlocks this other metal push stop. There we go. So it was my mistake thinking that, and that turns off the laser. It was my mistake in thinking that I had to use that first metal push stop to get those mines. Unfortunately though, I've only got 2 stars. So let's try again. What can I do differently? Because I've got to push, I can't push the metal push stop down unless I move it across. That would make sense. And then, oh, I wonder if it's because I went to the ball to the right and then down and right rather than just like that. I wonder if that was why. Let's see if that makes a difference. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Just these tiny little things. I assume that's what it was. Right. Do not destroy gems. you won't be able to collect them all. So as soon as you destroy one gem, you can't unlock the exit. It doesn't count as being collected if you blow it up. Right, we've got a mirror and a metal wall. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I think I need to destroy all the mines so that I can get the gems, because I couldn't, because I couldn't do, hang on, I couldn't do it like that because then I'm stuck with the laser there. So I think I need to just protect the gems from the laser as I move the mirror across, like that, then to there, and then destroy those three. Let's block that one. Okay, now I guess I need to move the mirror right to there to basically disable the laser. Now I think I'm going to just push that wall one more, because I'm going to use that to get to the exit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, there we go. Wasn't too bad. I think I remembered. I do remember quite a lot of them. These ones tend to be slightly more simple. I mean, certainly later on I'm going to have a bit of a time working out some of them because they get quite complicated. Right, move switch, teleports. So I was mentioning this earlier on with the teleports, that by attaching the move switch to a teleport, it's quite interesting because then you can determine where you appear when you go through the teleport. It sort of adds another element to it. I'm going to go into the teleport here first of all to get those, and then it looks like it's just a case of moving this down so that I can get the other ones. 1, 2, round we go, and 1, 2, round we go. Now, what's happening now? Okay, so it's not opened the exit, it's opened a gap in the wall. So I can bring the teleport lander round to here. There we go. Just want to very quickly check I do have the sound on. Yeah, lovely. Okay, that's good. Right, I think we're almost there. Right, 3 more to go. Okay, this one is, it's a little tricky, but also it's remembering how to do it, getting to do it in the number of moves. So I've got these 2 wall blocks here, controlled by the move switch. They're going to move together, like I showed you earlier on, and I need to position them. I'm just going to start that again. I think I just need to position them so that I can get these green gems. So there's obviously lots of ways that you could do this. So it's just finding the right way, the most efficient way of doing it. Now I could, I guess ideally I want to have that one there, so I can come round off the green shape at the top right, by going down and right and up, and then hitting the wall there and then going down. But now that lower yellow block is not in the right place, and I can't move them both into the right position. That's the right position for the top one, and that's the right position for the bottom one. So I needed to sort of trap one like that. I know this is not going to be done in the right number of moves, but I can at least test how I'm going to do it. So this one must be done last, because you're gonna have to destroy one of the walls, and you need the 2 walls for the other ones. Now, I guess if it went there, I can do that. But now I've got to move it again to get to the exit. So, okay, might down on the number of stars then. So let's have another little think about this. So the first one seemed simple enough. That seemed quite efficient. Oh, just had a thought. So if I go down 2 more already and do that there. Okay. Right, now that's in the right position. So that was a little bit better. Now, what about this last one? I wonder if I can... Okay, I need to bring these out. So I've got to... Ooh, that's a pain. Shouldn't have done that, should I? No, that's a disaster. Okay, let's try again. Okay, that there. Down 2. Like that. Okay, now let's get them both out, and then let's get this one down a bit first. I suppose it would have been good if I'd not quite done it that way. I must have got 21 moves though, there's quite a few, 15 moves left. Now, 11 moves to get to the exit. Is there a different way of doing it? Because I could just move it along. Let's just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 moves. 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay, maybe I've done it even faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, look at that. Done it in fewer moves. One less move. By the way, in case you're wondering, in your game save data, not only does it record the fact that you've solved the certain levels, it records when you've solved the level, it also actually records your playthrough. It records your best playthrough, your shortest playthrough. So if you create an online account, the data gets saved to my website, and I can look at everyone's solutions and see if there's anyone who's solved it better than I have. So it's like a sort of a group way of finding the best solutions. So that playthrough I've just had there has been recorded, so I've got that for all time now, so I can update the game with that playthrough. There's probably even there might be a faster way of doing it. The levels like that are tricky to get the best number of moves, because there are so many ways you can move those 2 blocks around in the order you can do it in. So it's almost inevitable there might be other ways of doing it, faster ways of doing it. Right, this looks a bit more involved. Okay, so 2 balls. Mine blocking the exit. There's a switch. Let's just see what the switch does. Okay, so that puts a block there. Okay, so what I'll do, I think I'll just go through and just play it as it is, and accept I'm not going to get the number of moves. Now, I can't do anything with that key, because if I push that key through, I'm stuck. I can't get out of there. So I probably need to push a ball in there. So let's see if we can get one of these balls. Now I want to be a bit careful about touching that dissolver block there, because it's probably there for a reason. Ooh, now I don't want to go down now because I'm going to be trapped again. So let's hit the switch. Let's try that. Okay, so this allows me to get into here, and I can push the ball there, but that's not much use at the moment without the key being in the right position. So I wonder why there's 2... Oh, okay, so if I remove the wall... Oh no, I don't want to do that. Before I push the ball down into the teleport, if I push it up, I've got to be careful not to push it again. But now I can use that. Oh no, that's no good. Oh, did I need to turn the wall on again? Because obviously now I can get in here and get that ball out, and then push the key, I think. So if I'd done all of that before I pushed that other ball into the teleport, that would have worked. So this switch seems to be key to the puzzle, and I think rather than doing that, there's a much quicker way of doing that as well, so I can go this way instead. Okay, so let's go and switch that off. Now I need to get through. I wonder if this is the best way. That goes up. Okay, let's hit the wall again, hit it down. God, I'm running out of moves fast. Oh dear, that's terrible. Well, let's at least play it through to make sure we can solve the puzzle. Did I mean to do that? That one move. Let's go this way. No, that's silly. Up. Then you can push that through. Then that goes down. And then you follow it through. Okay, so it's just a case now of doing it with the right number of moves, the best number of moves, which is 62. Okay, so I wonder if maybe you don't need to put the wall on at the start. Maybe you don't. Okay, maybe you don't need to do all that faffing around with the wall at the start. Push that up there. Then put the wall on. Okay, so I didn't need to put the wall on at the start. That was probably going to be a lot more efficient. Okay, I've still got to be a bit careful here. Okay, there. God, I'm still running out of moves fast. Oh, it looked like I wasn't going to do it, but there we go. It's funny, sometimes you end up with very few moves and you just think there's no way, and then somehow it all comes together. I think this is the last level. I think this is the last level of this pack. So that's good. Right. Okay, so this looks like a laser redirection puzzle. So I've got control of 2 mirrors here with these move switches. I can't do anything with that bottom one because it's trapped, so I guess I'm going to have to use the laser to get that out. Okay. Now obviously the mirror is blocking the entrance there, and I can't shoot the block above. I need the other mirror for that so I can get out. So let's bring this back to here and at least get that one done. Now let's shoot that one. Now okay, let's bring this along to here, and now let's get this mirror in so to clear all these mines out of the way. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I should probably doesn't matter actually, I'll bring it down. That one can come down, and this one comes in here. I can destroy all of those. So I guess I need to collect those diamonds to open the exit up. Now what's going on with the exit there? Do I need to do? Now if I try and destroy those mines, I'm going to destroy the exit unless I've got a mirror in the way. Got quite a lot of moves left, 89 moves. I think I'm going to need, what am I going to need here? Because I've also got to turn the mirror off, so I can only actually have one mirror. Okay, so I think the gaps in the metal walls on the far right, the gap at the end of that long corridor, the horizontal one that runs all the way across, I think that's a red herring. I think it's making you think you need to put a mirror in there and in the gap at the bottom there, but that still wouldn't be enough because the exit's also away from that last block. So there's if you try to get to the exit there, and you're just going to go into that dead end there at the bottom. By the way, I did want to turn my pointer on so I could point to stuff, but unfortunately the screen recorder makes a bit of a mess and it leaves the pointer all over the place, like duplicates of it, so I had to turn it off. Now I can get the diamonds okay by myself. I think what I need to do... Oh, no, I don't want to do that, do I? Perhaps what I need to do is put this mirror here, and then do that. Yeah, that makes sense. And then this can come along here to basically get the laser out of the way, and then that can go there, and then I'm free. Oh, I forgot about that as well. I need to get the lasers, so I can use that last mirror. So let's just do this again. So okay, so let's kill that, and then let's go back to here, and then let's take that one out and do the same there, and then bring this one in, and then take this up here, and then we need to put this one inside there, and then take those out. Okay, and then do this, because I need to stop that laser destroying the exit. And now I think I still have to do this all the way back, but now I also have to use this so that I can get these diamonds. So that's where so also the mirror on the left, that needed to be there as well. One there. Oh, I hope I've got enough moves. Getting tight. Oh, damn. Okay, well, I've completed the pack, but I haven't got all the stars. So my Cyad doesn't change colour at this point. So let's just have one more go, and if I can't do it again, this, because it was only like, was it one or maybe two moves, so it probably isn't much that I've done wrong. I'll have one more go, and if oh, no, that was stupid. I'll have one more go, and if I still don't get it, I'll switch the video off and work it out myself first. You don't want to watch me just endlessly playing this. At least I don't think you do. Okay. So I'm not really doing anything different there at the moment. Let's take this and put this in here. Maybe that might make a difference, perhaps. Because last time I think I moved the top mirror down first, then we moved the bottom one, then moved the top one again. That would have cost me a move or two. Maybe that's what it is. Right. You become very aware in these situations of... that was stupid. You become very aware in these situations of just making one wrong move that will mess up your play. To get those number of moves, you've got to be absolutely bang on with everything. Okay, so let's not move that yet. Let's bring this down. Let's see if that does make a difference. Down there. And then what was I thinking? What I was thinking was to put that there, and then this has to go all the way round. I'm assuming I'm getting this bit right. Maybe I'm not. Maybe it's not right. Okay, that back to there. Okay. Sometimes I can remember how many moves I had at a certain point, but I can't remember now what I had. Oh, running out again. 2 moves. No good. Okay, give me a sec. I'll have a few more playthroughs and then I'll come back. Right. Okay, finally got there. So it was a bit subtle actually. So we started off the same way as before, and then went there, but then took that over one. So the 2 mine rooms, you actually do them in a different order. So you don't do the top one first, you do the bottom one first. Then you can destroy that block and put that down there. And then it's all just a little bit better laid out for you, because then the 2 mirrors are in a better position. And now here, this mirror is in exactly the right spot to bring there. That goes. Then you put that back, and then this goes there to get you into the rooms. And it's a subtle difference, but it makes all the difference. So now I can get that. That goes along here, and I've got 4 moves left. And there we go. It is actually very satisfying. Once you go through, once you get that last level and you've done the pack, it's quite good. Originally I thought about just having all the levels just in a big long list, and you can just pick any one you like, and you can filter the list and sort the list. But there is something, I don't know if it's a human thing or what it is, but there's something nice about having milestones along the way. It's like having chapters in a book. you get to a point you think, oh yes, I've done that block. So there we go, that's the second pack. I don't know how long this video is now. I need to put it all together and see how long it's. I think it's probably longer than the first one, which was 40 minutes. So yeah, it takes quite a while to play through. So we will come back another time and I will move on to the bronze pack, and now we're going to be out of the tutorials, the how to plays, and we're actually into the game proper. And fortunately, I mean, the bronze pack should still be fairly easy. They get harder and harder as they go down. So if you come down to the gold pack, you can see from the thumbnails this is nightmare city down here. But I'll see how far I get. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye bye.